Morning everyone, welcome to Compliance Over Coffee. A bit overcast this morning, but never mind, at least it's dry. And I do have my coffee, I promise. This morning I wanted to talk to you about talking to people about what makes you different, about what makes you stand out. Everyone talks about sourcing all over the UK, sourcing for every strategy. Why don't you change that? Why don't you make yourself different? Why don't you make yourself stand out? Why don't you become the expert in your geographical area for one niche strategy? Why don't you turn around and say, I'm going to source high-end serviced accommodation in my town? Or I'm going to search and source for minimos in my town, or high-end buy-to-lets, or flips. Why don't you look at what strategy would work best for you and focus on that one strategy and become the expert in your geographical area for it, not UK-wide. None of us can be experts geographically UK-wide. We've been doing it for 10 years and we're not experts UK-wide. We know much more about our local market because we've grown up here. We've worked here. Tony and I were police officers on our local markets, so we know the areas incredibly well. Why don't you become the expert in your local area on a particular niched sourcing topic? And there will be people who invest in a myriad of different strategies on your own patch. So why don't you find out which one of those strategies really resonates with you, you're really interested in, research it, really understand it, understand your local market, and then shout from the rooftops that that's what you do. So in our case, we could say we are focusing on standard buy-to-lets in our 5-mile radius market. That really niches us down. And then you will get investors knowing exactly what it is that you are offering, and you know exactly what it is that you're looking for. You are not just looking for a deal. And how many sources say, I'm looking for a great deal? In what? For who? Because everyone's idea of a great deal is completely different from everybody else's. What Tony and I feel is a good deal, somebody else may say, that's not for me. So why don't you just try focusing on what makes you different from everyone else, rather than just joining the crowd, and stand out that way? Yes, compliance is important, and I haven't mentioned compliance this morning. Of course, full compliance and professionalism is really important. But sometimes that doesn't resonate all of that much with some investors. Sometimes it's about your knowledge, the strategies that you really, really understand, and what you can bring to the table to actually save them time. So let's celebrate with a coffee what makes you different, and let's start sitting and thinking about what makes you different, or what you would like to make you different, what strategy you would like to focus on, what geographical area you would like to focus on, and shout that one from the rooftops. Yes, stay compliant, but let's make the differences something else just for a little while and see what happens. That's Compliance Over Coffee this morning. Thank you for listening. I'll be back again next Thursday at the usual time of 8:30 with my trusty cup of coffee. I am looking around for some different coffee cups, something different. Maybe we'll find one for next week. So that's it for this morning. Thank you for listening. Have a fantastic weekend. I will be live at Chesterpin this evening if anyone's around and wants to join in. And I think Tony's putting up regular updates as to where I'm out and about going forward. So have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next Thursday at the usual time. Bye for now.